Hello everyone and welcome to another TDR Family Gaming video. This is Droid TDR and today we are doing what, Lumine? Well, we're doing a couple things. One is we are going to go get our rewards for getting the level 29 adventure rank, but we also are going to go talk to Chital because he knows something about this flib jabba gibber this jade, whatever the thing is we need to do with the jade stuff for the attorney, for the, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, here he is doing his best impression of...
Try your luck betting on jade?
I'm not really sure what. How to pretend like you're yelling through your hands and then wave like the queen. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird animation. But here we are.
Hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter?
Does she only show up when things are bad?
Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus jadeite.
Yes.
That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Okay.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Boom.
Thank you, sir.
Proof.
We'll take a look at them.
There we go.
Try your luck betting on jade?
You got the bad jade. Let's go look at the debris. While he's waving like the queen. Wait, where's the debris again? Debris? Debris? There's the debris. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Observe the debris. My gosh, it looks like jade debris. Big chunks of it too.
If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings.
Smaragdus nephrite? What is that?
Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh? If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus
Okey-doke.
nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
So,
So, well, we might as well
let's give the elemental shite a shot.
So, did you find anything?
Not a trace of elemental energy.
So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao is able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards?
Oh, that is pretty good, yes.
awesome.
She's clearly
There's
Expert.
nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time.
oh, why couldn't you two tell them apart?
These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price.
Interesting.
I'm sure a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But
Okay.
never mind, Shuto. Why would Mr. Crossel...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them.
Yes, they do.
Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Okay. So now we walk back over. Wave like the queen. Wave. There we go.
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to
To
inquire?
inquire. Why are
If
you
you
here
could just
again?
confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Jadeite.
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, one chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Because someone
I have my
be
reasons.
lying.
Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall
gosh.
serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store.
Yes.
Please read it carefully.
Amazingly, she just created that in
I see. Forgive me for asking again,
amazingly
Miss
small amount of
Yanfei,
time.
But might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard
Did he
evidence to back
sign?
us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
I think he'd
On the
signed.
contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case.
Wait,
We
really?
need to find something a little more compelling.
We have the
If you want
proof,
to make jewelry, you need a
but
professional
we need the
jewelsmith.
motive.
Let me think. Jewelry.
Jewelry.
Nope. Aha! Got it! Sinxie. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Okay, hopefully
quick.
we can get our
How can you know
rewards
so
on the
many
way.
people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As
Okay.
such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help
Understood.
them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, pretty
well,
much.
that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
Memorize them all?
Memorize them?
What?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know?
Oh my gosh, is this how adept I become so adept at everything?
Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus.
A
I just
legal
like reading
adeptus.
things.
Oh. Okay. Enjoy your
Again,
reading.
With that casual tone.
Wow.
Well, that's that
Brainiac.
then. Let's go
Awesome.
look for Sinxie.
Let's go find the jewel maker, jewelry maker. All right, talk to Xingxi. Ching ching, ching ching chang ching ching xi. But first, let us run up here and get our. Wait, is it here? Where's our rewards? I could have sworn it was right here. Where is the... Oh, there it is. There's applesauce. All right. I knew it was around here. Just didn't mean to go the opposite way, but we did. We did. What's up?
Ad Astra
Abs,
Abyssosk.
asterisks,
Welcome to the
applesauce.
Adventurers Guild.
Yes, indeed. Well, we're here to claim our rewards. Give me some rewards. Some Moira, some cup of, with oil on it. That's gross. Okay, and then some things. Nice, we got some things and some stuff. Fantastic. Brilliant. What else we got here, Catherine?
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Yep, applesauce. Here we go. Dispatch on expeditions. Let's claim. And let's go get more of those. Whatever they were for, I don't know. Go for it, Kaya. Let's claim. And what these are for, I still have no idea, but we'll go get some more of those. And whatever this is for, money. It's just money. What do we need it for? I don't know. Here, this time, we'll go get money over here. Have fun, Amber. We'll see you soon. All right, let's move to Xingxi. 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 Where is she? Is she better to zap to, or is it better to run to? 6 1, half dozen. Okay. We will, though, see if we can get Sparkle Path. Yes, Sparkles. So nice running along the Sparkle Path. And you cannot run up that way. You have to go around stairs. Yes, sir. How you doing, Millilith? On over here. There we go. And Sparkle Path. Sparkle Path. Yes. Hello, Xingxi.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time...
Have no further trouble
No
from then
further
on?
trouble.
Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions.
Excellent.
Has a merchant by the name of Crossel asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Krosel. Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no?
I think he
He
is.
came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The
Really?
design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications.
Well,
this order was on
fantastic.
hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Xingxi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossel commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Yes, he did.
The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Krosel wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records.
Good for
See
you.
yourself.
Keep your
the item
records.
is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Thank
Wow.
you, Xingxi. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
No.
Sure, it isn't
Take a
serving much
copy.
purpose here anyway.
Use your camera
I
and take a
then that
picture.
There's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about, just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks again.
Oh, boy.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
Because the lawyer's involved.
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
Really?
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you want to speak to him for?
Why do we want to speak to him?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body.
Oh,
Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
okay then. Well, let's get ready for that. Boo Boo, where are you? Here we go. Going up to the Boo Boo. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll find what was it? Chi-Chi? Cece? Kiki? I don't know. The absolutely bizarre zombie girl. Seems like she's taken some sleepy pills. And her brain ain't functioning quite right. Are we so lucky? Oh, she's not here, darn it.
Please,
Okay, fine.
show me your prescription.
Hi, Baiju. Let's chat.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out
Chi-Chi.
gathering hers.
Oh, darn.
And if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it.
Yikes.
It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality and their illness will only ever
And they'll
get
turn
worse.
into Chi-Chi.
Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus jadeite?
Yep.
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
Of
No
course.
trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus
really?
jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment.
Yikes.
I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
And why would that
you
matter?
needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
And she's off. And so are we.
That Baiju
Hey, look at
guy
us,
is
we're
as
floating.
good as ever.
That's so cool.
Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was
Do it again.
fishing for something back there?
Do it again.
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossel.
Let's go, Crossel. Crossel, you're about to cross paths with an attorney who takes no prisoners. It's time to talk to you and make you cry for mercy. With our sword. No, not our sword. With our pen. Our legal pen. We're coming for you. There, we will take no quarter, or dime, or nickel, or mora. We will instead take you to jail, or maybe not. Maybe we'll just say, shame on you, you shouldn't have done that. Now you owe this lady a lot of money. All right, Crossel, here we go. What's up?
Miss
Well,
Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Oh,
Yes,
yep.
my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Uh-oh.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossel, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Oops.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her?
Yeah.
Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Nope. Not at all.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus nephrite. Now,
Oopsie.
the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material
Yep.
evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Okie dokie
Indeed.
then.
Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question.
Here is the evidence from the Jade Mystery.
This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus jadeite and Smaragdus nephrite. How does this prove anything?
Exactly.
In any case, Smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite, he returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated.
True enough.
And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Yeah, so next.
Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Do the second one.
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
I guess this one. Let's go with this
Come
one.
on. I meant the backup copy
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
yeah,
document
yeah.
from the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
I'm so sorry. Second thing.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this guy's getting more belligerent by the second.
Zikes.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my story.
Well, hang on a moment
Story.
now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors?
Oh, yes. Let's show
The
Boo Boo.
What's this?
Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus jadeite
Oh,
over a
dear.
prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus jadeite?
I had no idea.
Except that you talked
No
to...
idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item, I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure
he
that all
wasn't
the evidence
ignorant.
presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait!
Wait, what? What? I knew.
I knew.
Yes, you did.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand,
Why would you make a
why would you-
hairpin?
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually...
Aren't actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus jadeite? Is that what you were about to say?
Oopsie.
You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr.
Yep,
Crossell,
yep.
your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
Yep, he's seriously intimidating right now.
She's
Like
like
she's a
he's a
different
different person.
person.
Maybe she's holding the Smaragdus jadeite.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus jadeite in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked
Yeah.
out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why
Good
I had
question.
another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus jadeite.
Except it doesn't
I
make you
kept
sick.
the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again.
We'll take
I
it.
was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Zhiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
So why did you charge her such an extortionate rental price?
Exactly. If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line
dear.
of business would be over.
Time
All
to
right,
hang it up.
let's cut the appeals phase right there. I fail to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
And that is final.
10 times.
Croso looks like he could faint any second.
He certainly
As for
does.
me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
Oh boy.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus jadeite.
Wow.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Okay.
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Yes, sir.
Miss Yanfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well,
Okie dokie.
that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever. It'll do.
Whatever.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yanfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
With
Oh, come on. No
money?
need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crossell come to an understanding?
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Okay, then sign this form here
Well
in
then,
triplicate,
that's good.
please.
Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a second, if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Ooh,
Let me think for a moment.
but no lying, okay?
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too.
Yay.
All's well that ends well, eh?
Though there were some twists and turns along the way.
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it.
Exactly.
This time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
Unfortunate,
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem.
I
The
suppose.
objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution.
Can't say I've ever met an Adeptus like you before.
An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans.
Oh yeah.
The title
right.
of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my
Why do they
job
keep
as a
showing
legal
us
advisor.
this
In any case,
box thing on
don't
her?
you think
Yep.
that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
I'm on
Probably.
with someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
I think there's more just reason involved here,
Well,
Paimon.
since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
Could be. Alright. Well, we'll have to figure out what we're doing with Granny and this Smaragdus jadeite in the next one. Until then, we will stand here and look elegantly off to the side of the camera instead of at the camera. There we go. That's better. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. And we'll see what happens with this crazy jade stuff. And do we get our mobile teapot sort of RV? I don't know. We'll find out in the next one. Bye-bye.